Hi guys, Rob here, and today I'm coming from Almar Beach Resort here in northern Cebu in Sogod. Now you can see behind me this gorgeous looking beach, and this is going to be one of the largest resorts here in Cebu, if not the largest when it's fully operational. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of this place.
I'll show the room prices and how to book them later in the video. To start looking at the location on the map, you can see it's located in Cebu's north, just outside of Sogod. To get there from Cebu City, it's roughly about 2.5 hours or so by car. If you're familiar with the old Alegria Beach Resort, it's really close by. And FYI, Alegria Resort is still closed as of making this video. On the satellite map, you can see the white sandy beaches that are dotted along the coast here, including the one at Almar Resort. At this stage, Almar Beach Resort has two main beach cove areas that guests can use. The other parts will probably open up in the future. So the rooms are located looking towards the beach. All these roads are actually part of the resort. Moving down the map, you can see where the reception is located. This is just a temporary location at this stage, and they will build a new reception area in the future. So at the moment, the reception occupies one of the two penthouse suite rooms that they have. The pool here at the reception can also be used by guests temporarily.
They've landscaped the beachfront, looks really good, and you wouldn't even think you're in the Philippines. Just have a look at the boulevard here of lime trees. Just looks spectacular.
As you can see in the sun, the beach looks like something out of a postcard. It's stunning. The resort is just huge, covering some nearly 90 hectares. And it's owned by one of the richest people in the Philippines. Staff told me he actually owns hundreds of hectares of land up here. So there's huge potential to expand the resort even more in the future. Nonetheless, as it is now, the resort area is huge. They even offer this trolley cart to take guests from the reception area to the rooms. Along the way, riding in the trolley, you can enjoy the beautiful views from the tree-lined roads to its beautiful beachfront.
As you see me, it's got this beautiful beach behind me, and I'm going to show you why this is going to be an awesome place to stay in the future. So this beachfront here is about 300 meters in length, and even behind that restaurant there's another cove which is about probably another 150 to 200 meter length beachfront. So as far as Cebu, this is a huge beachfront area for a resort.
Looking on screen, you can see the other sandy beach coves, which will open up more in the future. And just look at those gorgeous colours in the waters.
Now I love the way they've landscaped this beachfront. It's with these lime trees along here, the deck chairs. It's very much not the feel of a typical Filipino beach resort that you come to. It's actually quite stylish. So because this resort is so large, you get taken around in one of these carts. So they've got an actual service road in front of the beachfront here. It's pretty cool. So it's quite a sandy beach. There is a little bit of rocks over on that side of the beach, but by far it looks pretty good, especially in high tide. I'll show you what it looks like in low tide.
There was a couple of ordinary days weather-wise, so with the video you can get an idea of the contrast of when it's not so sunny. On a couple of days during low tide, they were crushing up rocks, as there are some on one area of the beach. It's not completely fine sand, but they are working on to improve the quality of the beach here. Maybe in a few years, you'll never guess it was rocky. Anyhow, watching this, you'll get to know the secrets of the beach. So this part of the beach is a rocky area at low tide.
So what's the best condiment with the beach that's not human? One of these beauties. Cheers.
So you can use the pool behind the reception area. As I mentioned before, this is just a temporary setup. It's worth noting reception at this stage is the only place that you can access their Wi-Fi.
So just to the left of me is the resort's restaurant by the beach.
So it's an open-air restaurant with beach views. They told me that this will eventually be the bar cafe, so I definitely had to try out some of their cocktails here. My favourite was the espresso martini. As far as food, it was not too bad, but honestly I was expecting more. I thought it was going to be more upmarket cuisine, especially the sandwiches, which as you can see are pretty simple. Local cuisine was pretty nice though. It's worth noting that the staff at the restaurant were really friendly and helpful. Again, for breakfast, it was a little bit disappointing. It was just the run-of-the-mill dish. Not terrible, but just a little underwhelming for what you pay. Hopefully in the future, when it officially opens, they'll up the standards. They did have another restaurant that was about to open.
So this is the Pavilion restaurant, which will be opening shortly, maybe open by the time I release this video. But you overlook the beach and the ocean. It just looks gorgeous.
Anyhow, here's the drinks menu and prices, and also the food menu, so you can get an idea what's available and the prices.
Now I'm staying in the deluxe rooms, which I don't know if you can just see in the distance there, just 100 meters away from the beachfront area.
It's a nice stylish room, wooden floorboards. It was a very solid room and good size. The TV did not have cable TVs yet. They told me they weren't sure when this would be available at this stage. There were 10 coffee making facilities, a minibar, small table and chair. It had a good comfortable bed. The bedding does come in 2 configurations, either the queen bed that I had or the room with 2 beds, just in case you're not married. The bathroom is huge with a bath right in the centre, and it's got a private garden view. There was a large shower on one side and a good sized bathroom vanity. On the other side was a toilet and wardrobe, which also contained the room safe. I also had a look at the casita room, which is good for 4 people. Just note the room wasn't set up, but it will give an idea of what to expect if you want to book this type of room. There's a living area, a balcony overlooking the beach, 2 bedrooms and a bathroom with shower and bath. It has to be said the rooms here at this resort are really good. On screen now are the prices for the rooms when I stayed. You can contact them via the Cebu Safari website, or you can contact them on the numbers which I'll put below the video.
So those prices are quite expensive for what it offers. There's a lot of things that are not operational, so I think those prices are more for when it does eventually open. That would be more reasonable. So I'm just outside the front of the resort now. There are some tricycles that run by here. There are some small buses as well, but I need to get to Sogod to get the Cirrus buses from the main highway.
If you need a contact for a private driver from Cebu City, I'll put a number down below in the description.
So there's big plans for this resort. There's going to be a swimming pool for the guests, built somewhere over here.
They're going to build new rooms in a hotel style building, and there's even going to be a mini zoo. So there's a lot planned for the future of this place. At the moment, the resort's not officially open, although as I've shown you can book. So there's no website yet, and you can't book on third-party sites. And I guess that'll happen all in time. And as to when it's officially going to open, well, I think it's going to open in stages, and I guess there's not that much of a rush with COVID. I'm sure there'll be some fanfare when it does officially open. The staff here weren't able to give me an exact date either. I'd like to come back here in 2 or 3 years' time to see how it's developed. I'm excited to see where this resort goes. So if you want to see the resort before it takes off, now's the time to go. And also if you're okay with the limited amenities at this stage. I did love my stay here. I think it's an excellent place. As I mentioned before, I think the prices are too high for what you get at this stage with the limitations of the amenities. But hey, it's ultimately up to you whether you're willing to pay that. And it's definitely a resort to keep an eye out for the future. It could turn into one of Cebu's best resorts.
If you want to check out some other hotel and resort reviews I've done in Cebu, I'll put some links up on screen if you want to check those out. Until then, keep safe out there, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.